Wayne came during a time when lyricism was kind of it had not reached its what's the opposite of zenith? It's nadir, right? I believe that when you hit the absolute bottom of something, lyricism in hip hop hadn't reached that point. I don't think we got to that point until uh like the SoundCloud era, but it was very much on that downturn. And Wayne uh is a lyrical rapper, you know what I mean? And I think that it was a confluence of the fact that now don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Wayne is trash. You know what I mean? Wayne is not trash. Wayne had, well, I won't say always, but from the Carter 2 until like the end of the 2010s, Wayne has always been at worst uh an above average rapper. At worst. You dig what I'm saying? But let's just keep it a bean, y'all. I say that saying that this was a time period when you had folk like T.I., Gucci, and Jeezy, you feel me, going back and forth over King of the South. Like, come on. And and listen, I love T.I. T.I. is a vibe, but come on, really? Gucci, she's a very freaky girl. She get it from her mama. Then you get some brain in the front seat of the Hummer. That's whack, dog. So I say all of that to say that Wayne most definitely clears all of those rappers that I just mentioned. You know what I mean? He clears. I've never been a fan. I've been a Ti fan. You know what I mean? But I've never been a Jeezy. I've never been a Gucci fan. You know what I mean? It just ain't never it just ain't never stick with me. You dig what I'm saying? I am not as, you know, I'm not as, what's the word, dumbfounded by how cheeks this album is as some people are. You know what I mean? I'm not as taken aback by it because the Carter Five was cheeks. You know what I mean? And again, the one Wayne album that I'll say that I said, all right, yeah, this is hitting. Like the whole album was the Carter Three. You dig what I'm saying? Um, but I feel like again, mixtape Wayne and album Wayne is two different animals, right? Um, so I'm not going to sit here and say that Wayne was never good. You dig? But I also feel like the era that he comes from uh inflates his legacy a little bit. You know what I mean? It inflates his legacy just a bit. You dig? Um, but that said, man, this album, man, and the thing is that the intro had me excited. I forget which track it was. I'm gonna get the peanuts to an elephant in a minute because after that, I didn't listen to the rest of it after that. I, I I did not listen to. I had to turn it off. I was so serious when I said I'm turning this off before I crash because I'm not going to. Most of the album had me laughing, but that one I had to pull over for because that was, oh my god. Um, but is Bells is either the second or the third album. Once I heard Wayne come on and Wayne got on there thinking that he was LL Cool J, trying to rap like LL in the 80s. I said, "Oh my god." Oh, we are not about to have a good time. This is not going to be great. Um and then he had Bono on there. He had Bono, dog. That Man, or you know what? I never thought I'd see the day where Big X the plug, and y'all know I enjoy Big X the plug. I can't get with him with on that MAGA BS, but as a rapper, y'all know I enjoy Big X the plug. But that said, I never thought I'd see the day where Big X the plug would out rap Wayne on a Wayne track. You know what I mean? Right. Even LL LL don't rap like LL in the 80s. I'm like, dog, what are you doing? You have never done this. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like it's like bro must have heard reincarnated and said, oh, if Kendrick can if Kendrick can copy Tupac, then I can copy my dog. It don't work that way, man. But yeah, that Bono track was atrocious, dog. That sounded like something. You know what that sounded like? That sounded like something from like that they would have done in like that MTV would have done in like the mid 2000s for some type of feed the children campaign. You know what? Like every couple years, or rather, a rock the vote thing. You know what I mean? Like a vote or die track. You know what I mean? That's what that sounded like. It was terrible, dog. It sounded ever since they did We Are the World, they've been trying to recapture the magic with tracks like that. Man, that's what that Bono. I said, oh Jesus. And then Wayne coming on with them horrible guitar solos, dog. Oh man. Oh my God. Those horrible. Oh, that hurt my soul. It's like you've been playing guitar for how long? You put out a whole rock album like 10 years ago and you ain't getting no better at all. You feel me? You can't even play you don't even know a pentatonic scale yet, dog. Like, come on, man. Like all you need to do, it did. It sounded like a WrestleMania theme song, man. Jesus. I'm like, Wayne, if you want to be a rock star, just go be a rock star, man. For real, we don't need you to be doing Weezer covers. We don't need you to be doing. It was just a mess. The album had no direction whatsoever. It was all over the place. You feel me? At one point, we get one song that sounds like a crackhead doing an LL Cool J impression. Then we get, you know, Feed the Children 2025 version with that Bono song. Then we get a Weezer cover. You know what I mean? Then we get a handful of half decent Wayne tracks. And then we get an Elephant Trunk sample with a Sonic the Hedgehog beat rapping about Dumbo. I can't even keep a straight. I can't even keep a straight face talk. Hold on. You know what? I know it's gonna get demonetized, but I'm gonna play it anyway to see if I could keep a straight face. Y'all tell me if y'all. What up, though? All my niggas cutthroat, cut a nigga head off. You looking like you fumble. Now I'm gonna show y'all exactly which zone this sound like. Cause I think somebody said it in the chat too. It do go hard. Now let's go back to Wayne. Long bands in my pants, that's a drum roll. Elephant memory, but I can't remember her though. All my bitches. The elephant sample gets me. Oh my God. This is horrible. This is so bad. Oh Oh no. Oh, they said Lin-Manuel Miranda produced this. Oh my god. This is he should hang it up after this. Well, let me find that Bono song. I don't even remember what it was called. The Days, that's what it's called. In America, God bless America. Everything is fine, no crime, Miss America. Hold on, this is the first time I'm actually listening to the lyrics. This is the first time I'm actually listening to the lyrics. He opened up with God bless America, don't cry, Miss America. Is that what he said? Come on in America, God bless America. Everything is fine, no crime, Miss America. Based on a true story, allegiance to what I believe in. Live to fight another day of yesterday, beat me. On 9/11, I was in Manhattan, but these are the days. What? Times that it passing in life. He said he was in Manhattan on 9/11. I was in Manhattan, but these are the days and times that it passing in life that happened. On 9/11, I was in Manhattan, but these are the days and this nigga was high when he made this. And see, this is what happens when you get a Trump pardon. I low key felt like I low key was going to do a whole video about these MAGA rappers that these rappers that conveniently turn MAGA, you feel me? That turn MAGA and then magically their cases get dropped or they get a pardon like a week later. Snoop Dogg, Benny the Butcher, Wayne, Kodak. That's totally not a coincidence. But Wayne went the Wayne went the whole nine. Said, I'm gonna write a whole MAGA rap track, and then put Bono on the hook. Somebody said this sounded like it was made in 2003. This really do. This sound like, if y'all remember, like right around like the 5 or so years after that. Well, maybe not 5, but whatever time frame after 9/11. Everybody had to do a God Bless America track. Everybody had to do a God Bless America track or a we gonna get them brown people track. You know what I mean? So yeah. And this is exactly what that sounds like. It's like a half-hearted MAGA rap. Right. Yeah. Everybody had to do a support the troops. Had like Wayne. I don't know if he was so high that he thought this was 20 years ago, but that's exactly what this sounds like. A support the troops. That's what this sounds like. And on top of a support the troops song that you put on top of a Ford commercial. Build Ford tough. Hold on. We gotta listen to this guitar solo. Distortion does wonders. A bad guitar player's best friend is distortion. Like, put as much fuzz on top. If you want to hide how bad you are at playing, if you really want to hide how bad you are, put as much fuzz, as much distortion, put as much effects as possible as you can, and somebody will be like, It's not bad. It did. It did. But the dirty secret about Punk, is that a lot of them niggas was terrible musicians. A lot of them were terrible. Bad. You know what I mean? Oh my God. That was horrendous. What else we got? I'm finna go back to that elephant song real quick.
What up, though? All my niggas cutthroat. Cut a nigga head off, you looking like you Bumbo. Dance, that's a drum roll. Elephant memory, but I can't remember her, though. All my bitches buck roll. Broke me on the back.
Now, listen to this. Now, again, like I said earlier, I will die on the hill that Wayne's legacy is inflated by the people he was competing against in his peak. That said, if you've never heard mixtape Wayne, right? If you only know Wayne from the albums, if you've never heard mixtape Wayne, this is why folk call him they GOAT.
Yeah, money, get $1 in a dick. Weezy baby, that crack, motherfucker, get a fix. Got money out the ass, no homo, but I'm rich. Left the family, we say. What up, though? All my niggas cutthroat. Cut a nigga head off, you looking like you Bumbo.